So thank you for joining me today. I
Thank
greatly appreciate
you.
you coming on and spending some time with me. So let's get started and let's tell everyone who you are and what do you do.
Hello, and thank you so much for having me. So, I'm Shazney Spence, and I am a soul coach, mindset coach, Reiki master, public speaker, and mental health advocate. So, I'm the MD of a company called Equanimity, and that's all about mental and emotional stability and balance. And I really help people to connect with their authentic voice. And through coaching and Reiki and some corporate work in the mental health space, I really help people to really be honest about how they're feeling with regard to their mental well-being, and also coach them to really use self-compassion as a tool for success. So lots of different things, really.
Yeah,
Very passionate.
they all sound amazing. Obviously, we know each other through meeting at the Secret Warehouse and the Law of Attraction class. And I know even you speaking then, everything is it's uplifting and inspirational to hear that someone is helping other people.
I'm so passionate about it. Very, very passionate about helping people. I want people to live radically inspired lives, but I want them to be truthful. And that means being truthful about how they're feeling and connecting with their emotions without fear and without shame.
Yeah. So what's your experience with mental health?
Great question. So, the reason why I'm so passionate about mental well-being is because I've had lived in experience. I've had anxiety for years and years. I often say since birth. And whilst I suffer with it occasionally now, it's under control because I have tools and strategies I employ to help me. But I also had postnatal depression after the birth of my daughter 18 years ago. And I've had a couple of periods where I've had to medicate with tablets. So, from panic attacks to palpitations to feeling like I just can't get out of bed. Back in the earlier days, not now.
Yeah.
Not
So what did you do to get yourself through that time?
Well, I got to the point where I hit rock bottom and I needed to do something about it. And I sought help through a counsellor, which was the best thing I've ever done. And then later on, I sought help from a coach, and that inspired me to become a coach and to coach others. So, two very pivotal things or solutions that I saw, but I was at rock bottom and I needn't have been at that level.
Yeah, that it's amazing that you went out and got help, because I always think of, if I didn't get out of the place where I was, where would I be today? You
And
know,
also, exactly, yeah, and it's so powerful. I also saw the holistic route. So my spiritual journey kind of kicked off 18 years ago at that darkest point. So I started to learn about the law of attraction. I started to meditate every single day, and those things, exercise helped me to turn it around.
yeah. So if you could take yourself back to the time where you did hit rock bottom, what would you do differently?
Great question. Well, without a doubt, I'd have asked for help sooner and probably not been in denial about it. I think I was in denial about it for a long time and just thought there was something wrong with me and just kind of pushed it away. So I wasn't honest about my feelings. I just put on a mask and pretended that everything was okay.
Yeah,
And especially to my family and my best friends, I didn't tell them. So I think I'd have been honest about my feelings first and foremost, and secondly, I'd have sought help, and realised sought help sooner. Obviously, I did in the end, but sought help much sooner and realised there was no shame in that vulnerability that I was feeling.
yeah. So tell me more about your rock bottom, and how you knew you'd got to rock bottom.
Yeah, so rock bottom for me. So, for example, I'd lost weight, I wasn't eating, I lost a stone in weight in 1 week, for example. It just felt dark, felt really dark, especially the postnatal depression, as many other women who have suffered will understand. It's just like there was a cloud, there was no joy. I was obsessive about who had my child, I wouldn't let anyone go near her. but also I just felt really blue. And she was a much wanted child, so I couldn't understand this depth of emotion. I felt as though I was I was swimming in treacle. That's how I felt. And further on with the anxiety and bouts of depression, it was very much that I was immobile and just felt like I couldn't get out of bed, and I was literally weighed down. I just felt heavy.
Yeah. And how did it feel knowing that you could see yourself climbing the stairs again, out from the bottom?
Oh, great analogy. It's empowering to know that you can shift things if
Yeah.
you seek the right level of help and if you leverage the right resources. It's absolutely empowering. And I think that's why, well, I know that's why I do the job that I do. Because if people come to me and they're not happy, I know that I can help them to implement the tools that I've implemented that will help them see a brighter day and a brighter future. So it's absolutely empowering and just so um, so powerful knowing that that doesn't have to be your reality.
Yeah. So when did you set up your business?
So I've been coaching for many years. In a previous life, I was the mental health lead as well for a large organisation which had 12,000 people within its UK sector. So I was doing a lot of coaching through the corporate organisation for about 5 years. But as a solo managing director, it's been 2 years now since I've had equanimity.
Amazing. Do you feel like you've achieved what you wanted to achieve?
Absolutely. So, I have gone from a very, very successful corporate career as a management accountant for 26 years, um, a traditional career, to now being a solo director of my business.
Yeah.
But being able to help people on a one-to-one level, being able to hold space for them, being able to empower them to live radically inspired lives, authentic lives, open and honest lives, connected to their emotions, has been so enriching for me. And there's no ego there. It's very much about seeing the transformation in other people. It's people's lives that I'm affecting now rather than doing some reports which are just numbers. I'm not undermining what I did before, but this is my purpose. So it feels so enriching for me because I know that I'm doing what I was meant to be doing. And because I can share my own experience, I can help them as well. So that's even more powerful.
Yeah. So I know that you spoke previously about your spiritual path. Was was the law of attraction helping you to get through every day?
Yeah, absolutely. Because when I was at my lowest, I just thought that that was where I was going to live. I'd literally unpacked my bags and lived in that state of this is just it. This is just the way it's going to be. It's going to be struggle. And I
Yeah.
remember reading and learning about the law of attraction. And also, I read a book called End the Struggle and Dance with Life by Susan Jeffers. And my life changed because I was able to visualize what I wanted my life to look like. And I used the law of attraction. I wrote down affirmations on my bathroom mirror. And although I didn't feel it at the time, I really gave myself permission to repeat those affirmations and to really manifest that life into my reality. So spirituality for me started, deeply 18 years ago, and I was really on this pathway of understanding how I could use that to change my mindset and change the belief that's just the way it was going to be for me, and that I was supported by this energy of the universe that was going to help me get through this if I just did the work and accepted and believed that this was possible for me.
Yeah. So what would you tell to people and viewers that are watching this that are
Mm.
suffering inside and they don't know what to do?
I'd say reach out to someone who you trust, reach out to a coach like myself. But even before then, speak your truth, tell yourself how you're feeling, and speak to a friend or somebody that is in your life that really can signpost you to the right level of support. A lot of organisations have mental health allies, for example. Speak to one of those. If your organisation has an employee assistance programme, speak to them. Speak to Samaritans. Don't suffer in silence. There is no shame whatsoever in vulnerability. We all have mental health. It's all, we all have um, physical health. We look after our physical health, so why not our mental health? Really be invested in looking after it so that you move from being in a space of mental ill health to mental well-being. But it's giving yourself permission, I'd say to people, give yourself permission to be open
Yeah,
about how you're really feeling.
yeah. So thank you so much for joining me today. I greatly appreciate you, spending some time to share your story, and to tell me who you are really, and more about yourself. So I greatly appreciate you coming on today. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate you asking me to come as well. Thank you.
And I hope to see you soon after lockdown.
Can't wait.